Welcome to this edition of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, what I want to show is, what I want to do actually is take this meter, this multimeter, and mount it to my pegboard above one of my workstations in my shop area. So what we've done is we've taken the general measurements of this, and what we're going to do is we're going to head over to TinkerCad, and what I'm going to put together is actually a mounting bracket for this to go onto the pegboard, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Now, the concept is pretty simple, so I'm going to do it sort of as a time-lapse thing so you don't have to sit through it. It took me about 15 minutes to whip up the design on TinkerCad, but you're going to see it in a matter of a couple minutes, and you'll get the general gist of it, because a lot of the middle time is me measuring and thinking about the layout, and so you kind of get to see that all come together. And that's the big idea behind this, is to kind of help you guys share some thinking about, if you're going to design a project like this, how would you go about it? What are some of the tips and tricks? And you'll see those in the video. Then what we'll do is we'll print it out, and then we'll go to the pegboard, we'll take a look at it, come back here to the bench, evaluate it, and so you kind of get the idea of some of the pieces that go into designing a new product or what have you, printing it out, creating it, debugging it, and all that kind of stuff. So let's jump into TinkerCad. Let's design a bracket for this, mount it on the pegboard, and we'll see you back at the bench. So welcome back. So we finished printing this out. I'll show a time lapse up in the corner of it being printed. So it came out pretty good. Actually, the print came out very good. I made one little design error and kind of wanted to share that. When I measured it, I measured with the calipers this distance. What I did not realize are these feet protrude about 2 millimeters. So I gave myself roughly about 2 millimeters extra slop, and that took it up. And so it's a little bit snug when it goes in. It does go in, but it's just as you see, when it gets to the very bottom, it's a little bit snug, so not too bad. I think I'm going to bump that out again in the design. The other piece I did, you notice I put this larger piece in that was flush with this piece, and I've talked about this piece in a prior video when we took a look at printing. I think it was the calipers holder, and this is meant to kick it out from the board. Now, the other thing I did, I used these for double duty. One was to strengthen the sides a little bit, and the other thing, these are the probe holders. So the probes kind of stick in there like that, and it sits on the pegboard if I get it down into the frame here. And I'll be showing up in the upper corner on the pegboard. This is pretty much going to just live on the pegboard, because the idea is this will sit on the pegboard where you kind of see it in the corner, and then when I need it, I'll take the leads off, set whatever that I need, do it, and then put the leads back. So this is where it's going to live most of the time. Now, the other trick that I did, I've talked about this a little bit before, but probably worth mentioning, is put some quick set epoxy on the bottom of this, or back of this, sorry, to strengthen the pins as well as to strengthen this whole back piece where it's going to hold into the pegboard to take the weight. So I think I'm going to design up a different version in OpenSCAD, or my own little pegboard template with another set of pins to carry the weight. However, this should be ample, especially with the epoxy on it. When that sets up, that'll be as hard as a rock. So pretty happy with the way that this all turned out. I think I thought about geeking out a little bit more and making you know, a cylinder come up and hold these, but I think that was going a little bit too far. So anyways, thought it was a pretty cool project. Hopefully you did too. Hey, if you thought it was cool, hey, give it a thumbs up. I'll put the Thingiverse probably the TinkerCAD link down below. I'm not sure if I'll upload this to Thingiverse. I'm not sure how many people have a GB meter, and it's kind of meant to fit this. The biggest thing is, again, I wanted to show you guys, you know, how you can take something real simple, remix it really quick, and come up with something very productive. So anyways, hey, thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Click like below and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on all of our projects.